Today's episode we're going to be talking about beginners' mistakes, how to highlight them, where would they come from, and then maybe how we can avoid them in the future. So join along in this video as we talk about some of those mistakes. So for this example here, so I've got one of my War Machine minis, and what I'm going to do is just apply too much paint. Just a very simple mistake, everybody's done it, and I'm just going to splodge it all on the top here. So firstly, we can see that the surfacing just on this paint here, maybe just add a little bit more, is just like far more different to the smoother textures, let's say, in the surrounding surface. So what we're going to do, just to start again, is completely clean our brush, but also make sure that it's got a little bit of water involved, and we're just going to try and wipe most of it off. So you'll see that there is a slight line there that we can just wash off depending on how quickly we've added that. We'll just wait for that to dry. Patience is a virtue with these, and we'll just go again. And whilst we're here, we might as well talking about patience and letting layers dry. This is such a crucial one, especially when you're painting miniatures. As you can see just on this mini here, we've got a layer that's only just recently gone on, but if I just try to add another layer, we'll start to get that cloudy effect, and even in some cases the paint from below will start to come away, which is an absolute nightmare. So it will mean that you have to start that process all over again. So from your base color to your layering to your edge highlights, it doesn't matter where it is on the mini, sometimes it is just a little bit too much too fast. So in this case, I cannot stress enough, just let the layer dry, even if that means you have to do another panel on the mini somewhere else. Often recommend batch painting, so like a few minis that require the same colors at the same time, so that by the time you've come around full circle, your layers are dry and you can start again. So the next thing is the brush tip of your paintbrush. So in this case, I've mangled my own paintbrush, which is obviously pretty silly indeed, but you can see that the tips themselves, have slightly splayed, and you're not going to get that crisp line that you did want. So what we're going to do is just load that up with water, make sure that any of the excess paint that could be hiding within the bristles is clean. You can always clean your brushes as well, which I recommend. You can do that using shampoo, which is very, very bizarre indeed, but treat the hair and the bristles on your brush like you would the bristles on your paintbrush. And there we are. So we're just gonna, whilst the paintbrush is still wet and clean, we're gonna rotate it 180 degrees, 90 degrees, 360 degrees, depending on your preference, and just create that tip and get it back to fighting fit. And that's just a few mistakes that we've gone over today, but to be honest, what's really important when you're making these mistakes is 9 times out of 10, they can be solved. I think patience is a virtue. Just take your time, enjoy it. Ultimately, this is a hobby. Make sure that you are enjoying the process as well. When I first started painting minis, my paints were too thick, my edge highlights were super terrible and just like all clunky and horrible. It's just about practice, that repetition. Make sure that you're enjoying it, and then eventually your minis will start to represent that as well.